Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Nerd at Heart. Today, we're going to be talking about travel with our friend Trevor Young. So if you guys haven't seen the interview with Trevor that we started off with, please watch that video first. Learn a little bit more about Trevor. And the great thing is this is going to be a really good episode because he's a big fan of the Disney parks. And there might be a little bit of talk about the new treasure ship that's out on the Disney Cruise Line. So, guys, sit back, enjoy, have a fun time. All right. Also, I want to thank our sponsors for today, Carters Wonderous Journey. Guys, if you're looking to make a vacation and you want to go somewhere, Disney parks, Orlando, Universal, you want to go out to California, you want to go anywhere, it doesn't matter. Carters Wonderous Journey is here for you, and it's free of charge, guys. It doesn't cost you a thing to talk to them. Just go find them on Facebook, PM them on Facebook, or you can write carterswj@gmail.com, carterswj@gmail.com. Message them, let them know that you're looking to go somewhere. They'll help you out. Doesn't cost you an extra penny. Guys, enjoy the show. That's cringe.
Trevor, you mentioned earlier that we're going to see a switch. We're going to see a 180. So people usually stay at Disney and they tack on Universal days. You're saying we're now going to see people stay at Universal and tack on some Disney days.
Well, yeah, that's my opinion. Again, I'm not a professional.
No, you're fine.
I'm not the nerdiest person about the parks.
We want to hear your opinion. We want to hear where your nerddom's coming from. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. This is what it's about, is being able to kind of, we're just, look, I mean, it's not like we're exactly experts either. So, but we're passionate about it. And that's the whole idea. This whole thing is a forum for people to talk about their passions, how they feel about it. And, and Disney is, ultimately it's a business. And, as a person that's passionate about Disney, the way that they run and conduct their business affects you and, and your feeling on it. So, I mean, that's it. But,
so then to answer Patrick's question, now that we established that it's okay that I'm not professional.
Oh, yeah.
I think that Universal's kind of ripping a page out of Michael Eisner. Do you know who Michael Eisner is?
Yeah.
I grew up with Michael Eisner.
Yeah. Where Michael Eisner kind of was racing to open Hollywood Studios, MGM Studios at the time, before the Universal Studios opened.
Yeah.
I think Universal's kind of racing to open a wholly immersive theme park before Disney has a chance to open all of their fully immersive lands.
Yeah.
Okay. So why does that lead you to believe that people are really going to be staying at Universal, tacking on Disney days?
Well, because I think Epic Universe is going to probably be a multi-day park in itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, with all the different immersive lands.
At least 2 days would be my guess. And then you got Isles of Adventure and Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And their water park's pretty good too. I would say it's probably actually
Volcano Bay,
theme park in itself. So that's what, 2 days, 3, 4 water park.
I mean, it's a week. It's a week at this point. Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is also with hotels and things like that, generally most of their hotels are cheaper than Disney's.
Yeah.
Even their higher end hotels. That I tell you what, like one of their deluxe kind of mid-level hotels that I really love is, what is it? It's the 1950s one. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It is just the coolest looking place. I mean, it feels like you just stepped off the set of Happy Days. Is
it the Cabanas or
no? I don't think it's Cabana. Yeah, I know it's gonna haunt me.
Yeah,
it's gonna haunt me like a haunting ghost that haunts things.
So Trevor, how do you feel Epic Universe opening is going to affect Disney, going into 25? Like, because they're opening next year in May. How do you feel like that's going to affect Disney?
Well, first off, the name of the hotel is Cabana Bay Beach Resort.
Darn.
So there's that. But I mean, all tourism is good tourism, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna take that much of a hit from Disney. I think there will be a small dip, but and I don't think it's going to be that much. But it's going to be enough that Disney's going to be like, we're looking at Universal's attendance numbers, and we're looking at our attendance numbers compared to this point last year. Universal has a lot more. We haven't changed, and in fact, we might have gone down like a very small amount.
So do you feel like this is going to make Universal Studios, not the park, but just overall, more of a rival going forward for Disney in Orlando?
I mean, yeah, but it's a story of rivals, right? Rivalry bring ingenuity.
Universal and Disney have been rivals. I mean, because in the end, Universal is an older park in terms of the audience. So, and for example, like, look, I would love to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but if you look at Universal and what they do, man, that just looks like a blast.
Yeah, for some people it might.
I know, but I want my pants to be wetter and warmer than they were when I leave than they were when I went in.
And I want my pants dry.
You fool.
I'm not a fool. I'm a scared cat.
Yeah, but see, the thing is like, I want to do that. Like well, anyways, I mean, but it is obviously, I mean, Universal in general is meant for slightly older kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slightly older families. Now opening like this new park that allows you to not only go to lands that are more geared towards the little ones, I mean, you got How to Train Your Dragon, you have Mario and Donkey Kong, Country. Yeah, you don't have to go into Dark Universe.
No.
You know, unless you like trauma. But then
trauma.
Oh, this girl
a little bit better in life.
Look, I know she's 3, but she really needs to be scared. Give her to Frankenstein. They I mean you can almost customize your day, I think, in a way that's a little different from Disney.
Yeah.
And with the advent of this, I think the other thing is that customers can also see that Universal is, I hate to say it, trying harder.
Yes.
They're more interested. They're like, look, guys, look what we did. And Disney's like, you like Maleficent? I got a castle.
A castle.
Where look, Yzma's coming. oh
great.
Boy. So I mean, it's not that Disney isn't trying. I mean, it's obviously going to cost billions of dollars to do all these renovations. But at the same time, it's like a little cosmetic touch up here, a little touch up here.
It's nothing big. It's nothing really big. And even if it is something of note, we're not going to see it for years.
Yeah, and Universal Epic is ready now. I mean, surprisingly quickly.
It's going to be half a year and it's open. I mean, it's got 6 months left. I mean, we're at the tail end of November now.
May next year.
Yeah, it's half a year.
That's insane to think about it that way.
Yeah.
And they didn't really announce much about it until this year. Now, obviously, they've been building and doing everything prior to that. I mean, but they didn't really say. They just said nothing until they were like, "Okay, this is coming, guys. We got a year. Year and this is out." And Disney's like, I feel like Disney was just trying to pull their pants up and going, "Huh? We got to do something."
Yeah, do you feel that way, Trevor? Like that there was, almost like a scramble from Disney at the D23 shows this year to combat Epic Universe opening?
I mean, of course, but also they're coming off of not this year's D23, but the 2 years ago D23, very lackluster. Not much was announced parks-wise. and the stuff that was announced was minor things. So
Yeah.
they're coming to. We came to this year being like, well, we're going to try to announce more things that are for sure happening. We actually have plans for. I think that there is a game of catch up for Disney.
Okay.
And that they're both Universal and Disney are just trying to out immerse their guests.
No, I wholly agree. I think that's I don't know. We'll see. I mean, because I even thought the idea. I mean, I wouldn't advise anybody because Disney trips are so expensive. But when Universal Epic opens and you're just dying to go to Disney, that might be the time to go.
Yeah,
it might
because you're probably going to have less people in the park, especially between the Monday and Friday. Monday and Friday,
and you might be able to find cheaper tickets.
That's true too.
Yeah, I hope so because the average has gone up.
Yes.
To 119 on the low end. And woof. And I think they're still projecting the traditional slow periods are going to be the slow periods, but I think we're going to have the addition of, let's see, May and maybe into June a little bit because of the opening of Epic.
Yeah. So Trevor, what do you think about the, additions that Disney has announced? What do you think about Villains Land, Monsters Inc. Land, Cars, so on and so forth?
I mean, I know Adrian doesn't like the Muppets going away.
No, he's very upset.
Dirty, rotten scoundrels, a lot of them. Humbug, you see?
I also think Muppets says usually like a walk-on, so...
It is. It is a walk-on.
I mean, if you're going to replace something...
Look, business is not... the business is not in the business of being loving.
No.
But at the same time, humbug. You jerks.
Hey, Muppets are still going to be in the parks, though.
Yeah, I know, on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm not going to be able to go on, So unfortunately, I can't go on that one.
You should just look at it.
You can look
over there.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to do was look at it. Look at the Muppets. There they are. So I'll go have one of Rizzo's crappy pizzas.
And now that we're on that, how do you feel about the Muppets taking over Rock and Roller Coaster? Officially, I think Aerosmith has kind of run its course. I think a lot of the newer generation is like, who's Aerosmith?
Even when I went the first time, I was like, who's Aerosmith?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people don't know
Aerosmith. Aerosmith's wonderful.
They don't know who Aerosmith is.
I know Aerosmith now.
Yeah.
But when you're younger, are you going to know Aerosmith, or are you going to know the Muppets?
Exactly my point. So, like I said, because Aerosmith's from the 80s,
even earlier than that, buddy.
They're from the 70s. So they're already, from 50 years ago. I saw Young Generations, and they're like, I have no idea who these guys are. They're, because they have that little cue where you're seeing the guys in the studio, and they're looking around like, who are these people?
Backstage
I get it. I get it. The audience is going in there is like, these guys Aerosmith hasn't put out a big hit in, I don't know, a long time.
And a good bit of them have passed away.
What?
Some of the band have passed away or stuff's happened. That's what Steve Tyler doesn't even do anything these days.
Well, so
he's
grandpa.
Yes, other than being a grandfather, but as an artist, as an entrepreneur.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like,
24-year-old girlfriend too.
What's wrong with that?
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor, he's a rich, retired rock star.
Right.
I'm kidding. But
his girlfriend's parents weren't even born when he was popular. That's right.
No. All right. So stop that. Okay.
But that's the thing is, I can see why getting rid of Aerosmith is a smart move for Disney. I can see why moving the Muppets to the Aerosmith area is another smart move. Because Pizza Rizzo and the Mama Mia, the Italian restaurant as well that's over there are both very nice, but those can easily be incorporated into Monsters Inc. The food kept the same. I mean, just changed slightly.
Yeah.
I mean, no one likes Pizza Rizzo's pizza though.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, I mean, now the Italian restaurant is very nice. The Italian restaurant that's over there is very nice. It's a little pricey. It's table service, but it is very nice.
Well, look, if they open a Monsters Inc. and they don't include a Harryhausen restaurant in there, then they have failed. There's something wrong.
So this is a little bit probably jumping forward a little bit
to
something else we're going to talk about, but the Disney Destiny Adventure, the Disney Adventure, the Japanese cruise ship, they have a Monsters Inc. themed Japanese restaurant on their ship that they announced, and it's not called Harry's.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird. Yeah. People, that's weird.
You do the obvious theming. I mean, it's obvious.
It's in the movie.
Yeah,
it is.
They only go to one restaurant.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't call it that over in. Is the adventure going out of Japan, or was it going? Which one's coming out of Singapore?
That's the adventure.
Okay, all right. Well, they're mixed up in Singapore.
Yeah,
you heard me. Yeah. Okay, so, all right. I love Singapore. Don't I'm just joking.
Or
am I? Here in America, we need to get Harryhausen right, because they probably sat there and go, "Why would we name a Japanese restaurant Harry?" Which I don't know, maybe a smart move, but I get it because of the monster stuff. And it needs to be Harryhausen over there. If it's not Harryhausen, somebody's doing something wrong. And I once again blame Disney, so it's, but I'm excited for Monsters Land. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fun, not fun, not fine, not one of those words, just great. It'll be great.
Be all right.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Trevor, how do you feel about Monsters Inc. getting its land and, the Muppets moving to...
that door coaster is going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Adrian, I see that. No, maybe not on your face.
Look, the thing is I'm limited on roller coasters. So unfortunately for me, so I have to be careful. So I don't know what the door one is going to be like, other than just like the concept art and all this kind of stuff that they've given. If it's a simulated ride, kind of a something like that, then it's probably fine.
Okay.
But if they actually start wheeling us, the problem is like the roller coasters. This kind of gets on another thing slightly. The roller coasters at Disney are generally more tame than they are in Universal. I.e. the Hulk versus the Big Thunder Mountain. Even Space Mountain isn't really like super scary. No. It's just dark, and they try to give they flash you to death. But and I just worry that Disney is trying to get to that level, because Rocket Roller Coaster is the first ride in the Disney park to have an inversion. So and I know Dewey inversions. I'm like, look, gravity is dictated. I walk one way. You don't flip me the other.
I don't know if that Monsters Inc. coaster will do any inversions.
But it's just taking over Rock and Roller Coaster. They're not going to pay to get rid of it.
Yeah, no.
And then plus you got to understand that most, like Aerosmith fans, Muppet fans are actually kind of older now. Because Muppet has, I don't know, ever since, this is my thing on the Muppets, by the way. Ever since Jim Henson has passed away, Brian Henson has decided that Muppets are for adults and stop making kids products. Once, let's look at, and there's a couple of movies that came out under adult themes for the Muppets. and that was haunting. So anyways, that aside, best version of the Christmas Carol ever made. And probably one of the best versions of Treasure Island ever made were Muppets.
That's fair.
Respect. But at the same time, yeah, I if they change it so that there's no inversion, maybe I'll go back in there if I can.
Yeah,
but I mean, otherwise.
But what about?
Yeah, go ahead, Trevor.
Well, what about the new Monster Inc. hanging coaster that they're doing?
Well, that's the thing.
I don't think there's going to be inversions on that. Imagine it's going to be a gamer ride for kids.
Yeah, I've got like something that keeps me from like physical roller coasters.
Gotcha.
So that's the thing. So we'll see. We will see.
So what it's like. That, how do you feel about the new Villains Land expansion? It's supposed to be huge. It's going to take like the entire northwest chunk of Disney and just expand the crap out of it.
I mean, it's coming a little late because we got Dark Universe.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, Trevor right off the bat. Well, I mean, it's late,
It's late. Yeah,
but I think but it's a day late.
But you know what? I mean, it's a good introductory level to if you want to get your kids in the Dark Universe. Now, I don't know if they realize, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see what they do because they have listed all of the villains that everything's going to be themed out of. They're themed there. Yeah, they did. They did it at Brazil.
D23 Brazil.
So they did a whole thing. It's on Twitter. And I'll show the picture up here through the magic of editing, just to remind people, So I mean, it's all your normal villains. It's Maleficent, Gaston, the stepmother from Cinderella, all of that, and Yzma, which is the one I'm actually excited about because I'm a huge
joke when he mentioned it.
No, it's not a joke. I take my Yzma very seriously.
Yeah. This is the actual list of villains.
Did you see Chernobog at all on the list?
It was. He was on there.
Yes. Thank goodness.
But the thing is, how are they going to do that? He's the top of a freaking mountain.
That's exactly what they're going to have a mountain, and he's probably going to be at the top of it.
He's going to be at the top.
Forced perspective.
That's true. Well, that's a heck of a perspective.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, he's going to be in it. A lot of the Disney villains from older stuff. And it's mainly all the human villains. So like Gaston. You said the evil queen, the evil stepmother from Cinderella. Like all types. The big, like Carter was saying, was Yzma from the Emperor's New Groove.
Well, they made a whole thing about adding that on the end, like I did when they made the release. It's like all of the villains and Yzma. I was like, I like the Emperor's New Groove. It has a little special place in my heart. So anyways, yeah. So, but like you, I think you mentioned Chernobog. I was really, really kind of like, oh, that's cool. How? Right. Maybe I'm assuming that he'll be outside of a ride or something. And then not only that, but they when they put Maleficent, not only did they do Maleficent, but they also showed the dragon form of Maleficent.
Yes, they did
as well. And that's also in the concept arts. You could see that in the distance, the dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually thought when I saw the dragon, I was like, oh, great, Mad Madam Mim. For about 5 seconds. And I was like, oh, no, wait, that's not her. So I was thinking, I was like, why not Mad Madam Mim? Where is she? Yeah. So I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fun. Having a dark place like that. And granted, you really need to theme this park up, because I don't know if they noticed this, but the sun lives in Florida. And it's really bright there.
The sun lives in Florida.
Yeah, I know. It's only about 2 minutes away at any time.
It's hard to create a very dark theme park if it's constantly sunny.
I mean, I think Disney's probably going to send some people to Dark Universe when it opens to take some notes on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And then given the weird Florida weather, well, the southeastern weather, especially during summer, it'll be rainy for at least 30 minutes a day. You know, so you're going to get that afternoon squall to come through and make everybody wet and hot.
That's the time that you need to go to Villains Land. You only have
30
minutes.
You have 30 minutes.
I get it now. You know. Oh
no, but I'm all the way near Tron. How am I going to get there in time? It's going to take me 30 minutes.
And then this is the thing I hate about living in the South. You get those horrible squalls that come through, and then right afterwards, it turns into a sauna because you just wound up raining, onto hot cement. So not only will you be frightened, but you'll be sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
So after the rain. Okay, so I mean, then on top of that, so the other big things that are happening, and that's not even getting into California, which, by the way, I think is going to be probably the most awesome big ad, is the Avatar Waterland, Avatar Land onto, I think it's the Disneyland that's getting it, right? I'm getting confused whether Disneyland or California Dreaming are getting that.
I don't even, could it be even the, that third park that's not a park, kind of like an extension to Downtown Disney?
Okay.
Could be getting it.
I do think I think it is one of the main parks, over there. It's one or the other. I think it's Disneyland that's getting it. So that thing looks awesome. I mean, and I don't know, this concept art stuff, they need to dial it back a little bit, because they've got the little whales popping out of the water and stuff like that. Now, I know Disney has that secret genetics lab that they're working on. I just don't know if those whales are going to be ready in time.
Secret whales.
Yeah. Hey, guys, look what we made.